Hello, I'm Corey with the Art Archaeologist channel, and today I wanted to show you some painting techniques for this paper clay. I'm going to go over 3 different kinds today, and one of my all-time favorites is bone, and I laid out some colors for the base coat. These are all base coat colors, and the bone one, I like to use this Craftsmart khaki color, and I get the Craftsmart paints at Michael's, but any cream, beigey paint, whatever you got will work. Now, I like to use a flat brush for this just because you really gotta get into all the nooks and crannies, so a little, half-inch wide flat brush, slop the paint on real well, works for me. Now I'm going to go ahead and get these base coated, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now this one is that khaki paint, and these turquoise ones is this Folk Art Aqua color. I really love this. And I'm showing you my faves, my favorite way of doing these tiles. This is golden quinacridone nickel azo gold for this one here, and so these are all base coated and dry. This quick tip, this air dry or paper clay, not a big fan of the heat gun. It bows out on you. First of all, it's wet, and then you're adding heat, so this piece got a little bowed on me, but I was able to push it back down, and it's pretty good. It'll lay flat when I go to glue it on a piece. But what I use is I just use my Revlon hair dryer, and it's got the cold setting. So if you've got a hair dryer with a cold setting, you can get right on top of this clay and dry it super duper fast. So what other thing here? Let me move these. I'm a paint miser, especially with my more expensive paints. So whenever I have any left over, I love to scoop it up and put it back in the bottle. A lot of the paint I use is, $1 a bottle, $1.50 a bottle acrylic. But this little baby is like 28 bucks for this bottle. It's 4 ounces. And I wait for it to go on sale at Michael's. That's where I buy my Goldens, and you can never get half off. Well, you could if you want to buy one at a time with your half off coupon. But they always give out 40% coupons, and sometimes they put the whole batch of this Golden on sale for 40% off. So that's what I wait for, and that's how I get mine. Alright, I'm going to show you a few different techniques here. Let's start with the bone. This is one of my favorite ways. And I'm just grabbing a brush. It really doesn't matter what brush you use as long as you can get in the crevices. I wouldn't use a nice flat that I wouldn't want to mess up, or I definitely wouldn't use a round. Okay? So this color is Folk Art Maple Syrup. Oh, what a hot mess. I don't care. Okay, so with this color that I didn't stir up properly, I'll just stir it on the plate here. I'll back this off a tiny bit. Okay. So now I've got this piece here, and I missed a few spots in there, but with this technique it's okay because I'm going to do the put on wipe off technique. So what I want to do is cover the whole piece, and I want to get way down in the crevices. So I really want to take my brush and wrench down on all those crevices and get that paint down deep. Also, you want to do your edges. There's nothing worse on mixed media art with a gorgeous piece of art and then unfinished edges. I guess it's a pet peeve. And if you're working any bigger than this, you might want to do a little bit at a time, but I'll use a wet paper towel, or I'll use a baby wipe. Sometimes baby wipes are too wet. They take off too much paint. So dampening a paper towel works really well. Or taking a baby wipe out of the container and letting it sit out, which I forgot to do, works well too. So get your paint on there. Da-da-da. I want to do this in real time with this one, and then I'll speed up the others so that you can just watch it be done, because the color combinations are really gorgeous. Okay, almost there. You can wear gloves. I don't. I probably should, but I don't. Okay, so now I've got that down in there. There you go. Now you can see it. And like I said, this is, I'll show you the bottle. If I can find the bottle. This is Folk Art maple syrup. And you can use any brown. I tend to like browns for this technique that are more real, oh, what am I trying to say? Not orange, not yellow, a cooler brown. I don't really like to use anything too warm because I'm trying to convey aged bone. And aged bone is pretty grungy and not real decorative. It is decorative, but... So I'm letting this set up, letting it set up, and you don't want to wait too long, but you do have to wait a little bit. Alright, you don't need to watch me wash brushes. Okay, so now that I have this, you could either take your squirt bottle and dampen a paper towel, but in this case I'm just going to go ahead and use a baby wipe because that's what I have handy. Kind of an art supply miser. This is only going to take a half of one. Okay, I just like to stretch my stuff. Okay, now on this bone, you kind of want to let your base coat dry for a couple hours just because then you're going to get a better result. But you just want to hit it. Plus you won't wipe off your base coat in this process. I'm just gently hitting the top with this baby wipe, and look at how magical and beautiful that is. I actually let this sit long enough to where the top's actually drying, so baby wipe ended up being the perfect tool this time. And then that's what you end up with, and you can really get in there and get more of it out. But I base coated this really just a couple minutes ago, and I don't want to wrench on it so hard that I take the base coat off the top. So I'm going to leave it so you get the idea, and then you have this really cool aged, ancient bone looking stuff. See, now I'm wiping off too much. But it looks kind of neat to have a little variation, so I'm going to quit messing with that one. And I'm going to go over the colors real quick with you, and then I'm going to speed video the rest of it after I go over the colors with you. Okay, base coat quinacridone. I'm going to go over this with golden iridescent bronze. Okay, and I'm going to dry brush over the top with that one. Now these two, one of them I'm going to go over with black. This is just glossy black from Craft Smart. Okay, I'm going to go over the top and wipe like I just did. And then I'm going to do one more with Golden Titan Buff. And as you can see, this is a translucent color. That guide shows you how opaque your paints are. And the point of this is so that when I go over it, it's going to be more deeper white in the crevices. And then I'm going to wipe it off the top. So you're going to have a dark tone of turquoise and a light. So, alright, from this point I'm going to go ahead and speed up the video so that you can get on with your life. Thanks for watching. Okay, so these are all the pieces, and being able to dry these quick, this was a matter of 15 minutes to create these 4 pieces. I like to do a whole batch all at once, and I would say, you know, I'm probably a really bad example here. Look at this. Wear gloves, be safe, do what I say, not what I do. Seriously though, it's up to you. You know, it's a good idea to wear gloves. I'm just a bad girl. But anyway, look at how quick. Now this is I'll go through the colors again real quick. Quinacridone, Azo Gold with the bronze, golden, both golden, iridescent bronze on top. And then this Cool Bone one is Craft Smart Khaki and Folk Art Maple Syrup. And I use the bone a lot, and what I do is I'll base coat these and let them sit overnight so that I can get more of the brown off, because I don't like them to be this brown normally, but it's still really pretty. And these tiles, I just love these little tiles. So the drama that the black brings is really nice, that black and turquoise combination. Again, that's the Craft Smart Glossy Black and Folk Art Aqua. And then see how this Titan Buff, even where it's in the crevices, really thick, it's a lighter tone of turquoise. So that's the beauty you get with translucent paint. And I just think these, I mean, you can make a really aged looking beautiful element for your art so quick and so easy when it gets to the painting phase. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I sure enjoyed making it. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Thanks. Bye.